Here we go.
Marker.
Did you see or hear that they're bringing back Muppet Babies? But they're computer animated. Have you ever seen Doc McStuffins or those shows like that?
Yeah.
That's the look they'll have. So I was like, I kind of want to watch it.
Like I said, I'm excited for the Happy Time Murders, which is coming. Okay, Brian Henson.
Okay,
you know who Brian Henson?
Yeah. Jim Henson's son, yeah.
Who took over the Henson company.
Right.
He has this dream project he wants to do. One of his favorite movies as a young man was Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Of course. That's most of ours.
Yeah. And he said he wanted to make one like that, sort of a noir style.
Oh, I'm in already.
Hard R.
I'm
Hard
in.
R with violence, sex, nudity.
I'm totally in.
all of that, but with Muppets and people.
That's awesome. I'm in.
Yeah. But not like the Muppets we know, but like original Muppets, or new characters that just occupy this world.
Yeah, let's not have Kermit murder fuck us.
Yeah,
Somebody that like freaking died. So yeah, no, that sounds awesome. I'm totally in. Actually, that other show too that you showed me, that Happy show that's based on
Grant in it. What's it?
I can't remember who the artists are, but anyway,
Yeah.
I didn't even know this thing existed, but I was like, wow, this looks so fucking weird.
Yeah, like this guy, this fucking guy down on his luck, almost dies, and all of a sudden he's seeing a little girl's imaginary friend.
Yeah, that's weird.
And it's helping him solve a crime.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. So, hello.
Hello.
This is part 3 of
And we has cat.
And we has cat. We're back with pussy.
Yes.
With
Sex cells.
Sex cells. Sex totally does. Actually, cat cell on the internet.
Yeah.
I should put you in the thumbnail. We get like a million hits. Most of it would be a hit, be like, this is a cat video, and then, you know, you're stupid. But hey, million hits, man.
Yep.
Get subscribers.
Get some of that cat action.
Cat tax, like Emery says. No, we're back to talking about 2017. We were just talking about weird projects that I'm looking forward to, apparently, because that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Roger Rabbit. I love that they were what they were going to do for a sequel.
Yeah.
But Bob Hoskins couldn't live forever.
No. Yeah, Robert Zemeckis couldn't get on this shit fast enough.
You just couldn't give him a life like in Mario Brothers.
He was Mario, for Christ's sake.
Give him a fucking life, for God's sake. Anywho, but no, that sounds interesting. When is that coming out?
2019, I think.
Damn it, that's way too long.
Yeah,
But I have another reason to live till 2019, which is a good thing, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome. I'm totally in for that. So, all right, let's continue our talk because Jesus.
We're in June.
We're in June. We just talked about Transformers. Okay, Spider-Man: Homecoming. We've sort of talked about this in the past, but let's discuss it. We were talking about. I've just seen Black Panther. We'll talk about that maybe in another episode because that's a long discussion. But I quickly mentioned that besides Loki, that I could think of at the time, that Michael B. Jordan, he was playing Eric Killmonger, and he played. I think it was one of the best villains that Marvel's had in a while. But then you reminded me about the Vulture.
About the Vulture. And you made the best analysis that he was an antagonist rather than a bad guy.
Yes. I totally got, like, right from the get-go, with the Vulture too, like, I totally got what his premise, why he was doing this.
And the best villains, it's not so much that they think that they're...
Mm-hmm.
They should also almost convince half the audience that they're right.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, maybe the bad guy was right. Maybe that's the whole conundrum, that the villain makes you think that he has a point.
Yeah. Also, I haven't seen much of Michael B. Jordan, like his career that much, but fuck, is that guy a good actor?
He is.
Like he's in Creed, right?
He is. Yeah, he's the main character.
Exactly. That's what I thought, right?
Yeah.
So like I haven't seen Creed. I gotta watch Creed,
Creed's
especially
really
now. I gotta watch Creed.
Creed is really good. It's the same director. Too.
Yes, right. He fucking is awesome in that show. He's awesome in Black Panther, and he's also awesome in what I've seen of Creed, and what I've heard, and the movie as a whole. I mean, it just looks good, Creed. So I'll have to, like I said, I'll have to watch it especially now. But going back to Spider-Man. Also, love Michael Keaton. Fucking almost everything he's in, I love. Like even his weird, stupid movies like
Birdman.
or Multiplicity.
Multiplicity.
Fuck Multiplicity, man. You haven't seen it. It's such a stupid premise, but it's so funny. Like, and the range that guy has, like when he could become in the movie, he clones himself so he can because he gets oh man, I have so much stuff to do, so he naturally clones himself. So he has like 4 different personalities, and what happens is one of the clones, like the original clone, makes a copy of himself, and the clone ends up being, for lack of a better term, mentally challenged.
Well, it's something that they talk in sci-fi about is replicant aphasia. You're making a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. Sooner or later, this is going to start degrading.
Exactly, and I can't even tell that's him for half the show. He's just like until he start like some manner, like the mannerisms obviously, but then sometimes it's like you can't even tell that's Michael Keaton. He's like, I pizza. I like it. It's like, or like in the show, Andy McDowell fucking ends up having sex with all the clones in the house. Spoiler alert, but anyway, she has sex with all the clones in the house, not knowing that she's thinking they're her husband, all of them, right? So, like at some point, Michael Keaton comes home, except for him, he's gone, right, on a fishing trip, which he had a terrible time. So she had sex with all the clones, and then she comes back, his life's a wreck, because they screwed it all up by accident. And he sits there and he's like this, and then is not 4 is his name. He goes close to him and he goes, "She touched my peppy, Steve." She's like, "Oh my god!" Even had sex with the other one. Like, oh my god, it's just good show. Anyway, going back. Yeah. But what I like about Michael Keaton, speaking of range, is like there's that scene in the car.
Oh, that scene! That was the best.
Like Kevin Smith talked about this too. Like that's just the best scene in superhero movie in history, or well, not history, but pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one's in a costume.
That's right.
No one's in a costume. There's no action. It's 3 people talking in a car.
Yeah.
And it is tension personified.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when Michael Keaton figures out.
Yeah.
That Peter is Spider-Man.
Just that. Like you could almost see a click.
You know what's hilarious? Mark Bernard pointed this out. When he realized the light turned green.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, yeah, that's right. Shit,
that's a cool little trick that they did. Like he's pondering.
They're stopped at the first time. I gotta sit and watch that show again.
Yeah, they're stopped at a red light, and you notice he's pondering. He's looking back. He's pondering. All of a sudden, the light turns green, and he realizes,
motherfucker. It's just. And then he turns and says, "Don't mess with me." And shit. It's like, oh, I love it. I love chilling Michael Keaton.
And then he turns around and pulls a fucking Colt 45 on a 15-year-old.
Yeah, I know. Like, Jesus, it's pretty damn awesome now. Like, yeah, you definitely. After we talked about it, Loki obviously is the most developed, most established villain in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
I think it would have to follow next with Michael Keaton. That'll be more talk about it. But then after that, for me, very close second would be Eric Killmonger for Black Panther. Just because his cause is righteous. Like I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but his cause makes total sense, absolute total sense. Same thing with Vulture. You know what I mean? Just wants better life for his family.
That's the whole thing. It's like it's not even like he's doing anything evil.
Yeah.
He's running a business, and Tony Stark fucks him over.
Yeah, exactly. And like even in the TV shows with that premise, it gets to me too. Like Breaking Bad, for example, same thing. He just knows he's Bryan Cranston. This is just from the first season for those who haven't seen it, but he thinks he's gonna die, so he decides he's gonna make some meth because he's a chemistry teacher, and then make his life better. And that's the same premise. It's all trying to do better for your family, and that's what this movie, Spider-Man: Homecoming, does. The villain is great. I actually think, we can't count Three's villains because they're very one-dimensional. But like, I think they're better than, pretty damn close to William Dafoe as Green Goblin and Alfred Molina. I must say though, Alfred Molina did a fantastic job as Dr. Octopus.
He did.
So, I don't know. Someone's mentioned someone who could follow in his footsteps, and I can't remember who they mentioned. Like, to take over to do Doc Ock, but I can't remember who they mentioned that. I would have loved to, have seen, like, there's one thing we didn't get a chance to see now that I think of it, because I think one of the ones that was actually considered was Robin Williams being considered for Octavius.
I wouldn't have been too bad.
He's a good.
Like
actor.
when he, I think that would be a movie where he plays it straight.
Yes, definitely.
Like that
Absolutely,
dark,
definitely.
straight Robin Williams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so no, I think that would have been okay. But anyway, but besides, I can't remember who they thought they mentioned. I should look that up. But there's a couple of interesting people that I think would do that real good. But anyway, we're not at that point yet. But no, Spider-Man: Homecoming. If you haven't checked it out, it actually feels like it's Peter Parker. He's in high school now.
Yeah, it's they fuse Spider-Man with like 16 candles.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the
exactly.
Or like the Brat Pack movie.
And again, with the whole Michael Keaton thing, that racial twist.
Oh, that was brilliant.
I never expected the shit out of that.
Yeah, but why not?
Exactly.
I mean, it's like
it bugs you
it's
like
diversity
fuck.
as subversion.
Exactly.
I mean,
gorgeous, man. Gorgeous twist. A movie I'm still pissed off that I haven't seen anything about, seen it yet, is the new Planet of the Apes.
Oh fuck, dude! These
I
Planet of the Apes
it.
movies are
They're out of this world.
They are out of this world. This last one was, and you know what it really did? If they don't make any more after this, this lines up with the 1969 original.
Nice.
Like it doesn't like line up, but they lay all the seeds that you can see. Oh, that's how come humans can't talk in the future. That's how come this and this and this and this.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it sooner than later.
Yeah.
Definitely sooner than later. Because no, like I have
You've
the first
seen the
two.
original.
Yes.
The Charlton Heston
Yes,
1969.
yes. That's the
original.
only one I've seen.
Yeah, you don't need to see any of the other four
Right.
for this one to make sense.
Right.
You just take that one and then these three with Andy Serkis. It lays up so beautifully.
Speaking of Andy Serkis, I have to say this one thing about Black Panther that I never even clicked on me for some reason. There's a scene where him and Martin Freeman they're in a scene together.
Yeah.
And it never clicked to me. It's like, it's fucking Bilbo and Gollum in the same,
You know,
same
I
scene.
saw what
Never clicked. Never
This
clicked.
is really funny. They're like the only white guys in the movie.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
They're basically the only white guys.
Yeah.
They're both Lord of the Rings. Someone said they're the Tolkien white guys.
Oh, snap. All right, I get it. That's pretty damn good. Yeah. All right, have you seen Valerian?
Yes.
How is it? I've heard mixed things.
Oh, it's one of those. It's like it's the same director and writer, but it has a very Fifth Element quality to
That's
it.
what I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, it has.
Well, it looks like that, too.
Because it's the same dude. He has this style that he makes movies.
Yeah.
I like. Oh man, this movie is. It is so big in what it's trying to reach for. It
Gotcha.
has so much it's trying to do, and there's like this mountain of potential that they build in it.
Right.
But the two leads cannot carry
That's
it.
what I hear. The leads just don't do it.
Dane DeHaan,
Right.
who plays the main Valerian,
Yeah.
and Cara Delevingne.
Yeah.
Cara Delevingne, she is not a really rangy actress.
No.
She's kind of like January Jones, where she's really nice to look at, and in certain roles, her style of acting really works.
I get it. Actually, she, like I was telling you about earlier, she's actually pretty decent in the TV show Last Man on Earth.
Yeah.
So anyway, she's actually good in that show.
Yeah.
Other roles I've seen her in, she's very meh.
Yeah, she she's kind of like Mila Jovovich or
Yes.
January Jones, where in certain roles she is fucking great.
Right.
But in this movie, she's supposed to be. I was talking with Michelle about this. Passengers with
Yes.
Jennifer Lawrence and
Chris Pratt. Yeah.
and Chris Pratt. If you would have put those two in this movie,
Oh yeah.
that would have been
That would've worked.
fucking dynamite.
That would have worked.
Because they could have carried this material.
Right. Hey, they sort of have the same sort of. Just make them so they're older, and then have them do that. Right.
Yeah, but like it's.
There you go.
They-
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I like that.
The dialogue is a little stiff too, but outside of the universe they build and the creatures and the environment and everything and the adventure that you actually go on is brilliant. But it's kind of like if you actually step back and look at the prequels of Star Wars.
Right.
It's like if you actually look at the story, this really complicated web that George
Right.
Lucas weaved. It's like
Yeah.
that's actually a redeeming quality, and he didn't rehash the originals.
No,
these new
that's
movies,
true.
He
That is true. Actually, I must say that about the prequels. That the new ones, I mean, they're okay in their own right, but the prequels they're different.
he intentionally tried to do something really different.
Yes.
And a lot of it didn't work, and that's
Yeah.
fine. But this complicated political web that he showed,
Right.
it's like the acting couldn't carry it, the script was really stiff, the dialogue was terrible.
Exactly.
Similar sort of problems.
Right. No, it's
But like,
it's a shame because it looks gorgeous.
it is gorgeous to look at. Rihanna actually has some really, and there's some really funny things in it. Like there's this scene where it's one of the things Cara Delevingne really did well in this movie was some of the comedy stuff.
Right.
There's a scene where this City of a Thousand Planets,
right,
is what it's called.
Yeah.
And it's basically this big space station where all these races come to live together. And there's an area there with these weird creatures that they don't talk to people. They're very insular. They kind of live in their area and nobody comes to talk to them.
Yeah.
Because they're very violent and they don't like outsiders.
Right.
And they take her and they she wants to leave. She's like, I gotta get out of here. But they won't let her go. And they're trying to dress her up.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, why are they dressing her up? And they give her this weird ass hat. And the one woman who's dressing her, she's like, listen, she's like literally just keeps frothing at the mouth of this alien. She's like, let me fucking go. and this thing's like, grabs my dress.
Oh my god. That's funny.
And so they put this fucking weird hat on her head with the top cut open like this.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, what? What's this for? And she trounces, and there's this line of food coming to the king of this area. And he sort of takes them in. Oh, I hate this thing. Move next. He grabs the next one. And he keeps doing this. And there's like 400 of these things lined up. And she's the last one. And it comes up to her. And he's like, oh. And she's just got a bowl with a couple oranges in it. And she's like, I don't know what's going on. And he grabs a fucking, it looked like a pistachio breaker, and he's going to put it over her head, and he's going to crack her brain open.
Okay.
And like her hat perfectly leaves the top of her head open, so it looks like a bowl, and her head is sticking out. It's one of the funniest scenes in the movie, and she really did well with that. But other than that, okay. I'm going to get off Valeria, because I talk way too much on Valeria.
No, it's alright. Okay, have you seen Dunkirk? Because we might as
well.
well.
No, I haven't seen
so
Dunkirk.
we won't touch on that, but it's one of the ones I do want to see. Have you seen Atomic Blonde?
No.
I have not. Looks good.
Yep.
I do want to see that. Emoji Movie? That looked terrible from the start. Oh, you did see it.
I've seen
How
it.
was it?
It was fucking lowest common denominator, idiotic bullshit.
That's what I heard. It's just crap. So does Boss Baby look like an Oscar-nominated thing?
If you put them side by side, Boss Baby is fucking Schindler's List compared to it.
Jesus, eh?
Yeah.
It just looked bad from the start, man. What can I say?
Yeah.
Let's see, what do we got here? Hitman's Bodyguard looked funny.
I've seen that.
It. How is it? Funny? Is it good?
Sam Jackson and Ryan Reynolds carry it. Their chemistry is the biggest thing in the movie.
I do want to see it, so okay.
The Dark Tower.
Dark Tower, yeah, I have not seen that yet. It looks interesting, but it doesn't look like if you're a fan of the books, I hear it's
I think
it's a miss.
it's a series of books. So you have this big series of books, and they tried to cram it all into one movie.
Yeah, which they wanted to originally do with Lord of the Rings, but what's his name? Peter Jackson's like, nope, fuck that. We're doing 3 movies.
They're each going to be 4.5 hours long.
we're doing it right. All right. And then look, one of the most successful franchise movie history. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Haven't seen it yet.
Want to see it?
Yeah. I, Tonya. I've been wanting to see.
Oh, another one I wanted to see. Logan Lucky. The NASCAR redneck Ocean's 13 ripoff movie.
Oh fuck yeah, no, I totally forgot about that one. Yeah, right.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That actually.
Kingsman Golden Circle.
Another one.
I really wanted to see. Goodbye Christopher Robin, I hear, is pretty good. Or all right. What else do we got here?
Darkest Hour.
Yeah.
Lady Bird.
Yeah. Blade Runner 2049 we talked about.
Really? It,
yeah. Okay, well, when did it come out? October? Okay, well, let's talk about Thor Ragnarok, because that's the one that first came up for me here. So,
yeah.
Thor Ragnarok, have you seen it yet?
Yes.
Okay. Were you with us when we saw it?
Yes.
Okay, I can remember which one you were out with us. Thor Ragnarok was very entertaining. Very definite need of change for the Thor franchise, because that second movie wasn't very good at all. I love the humor in it, especially with Hulk and shit.
Yeah.
Hulk's fucking bare ass, and you see Hulk's ass, man. And just Chris Hemsworth, and it just proves like, say what you will about the Ghostbusters movie, because it wasn't very good, but he was pretty funny in it.
Yeah.
And so he can do comedy. He's pretty damn funny, that guy.
Yeah.
So he needs to be in like. They actually said that he might be up for doing James Bond.
He wouldn't be a bad James Bond.
No, and we need a funnier James Bond, I find, because I think
We haven't
Daniel
had
Craig
one
is
with
pretty
a
damn
whole lot
fucking
of
serious, eh?
A whole lot of comedy in it since Roger Moore.
Yeah, like fucking Pierce Brosnan was pretty damn serious.
Yeah.
Like, we need something. I'm not saying make it like totally.
Not like a
goofy,
straight up comedy, but a few more jokes, a little bit
Yeah.
more funnies.
Exactly. Okay, let's fast forward through. Let's talk about Boo 2 and Medea Halloween. No,
No.
I heard that was terrible.
No.
Okay, Coco, we talked about Justice League. We kind of touched on in an episode, but like, did you see Justice League?
Yeah,
yeah.
that was another one I saw with
That's
this.
right. Yeah. So it's like it was okay. It had its moments. It was funny. Basically showed that the team is useless without Superman, though.
Yeah, that's a
That kind of bugged me.
Another one of these movies where it's like, I try really hard not to hate Superman. I try really hard,
Yeah.
but when you see movies like this where he is so overpowered and he's the end-all be-all answer to everything, it's like, then you just, it makes it not that good. It makes him really not an interesting character.
No.
When you can do, like you watch Smallville, he can be an interesting character.
Yeah, that's probably the most successful version. Like, I mean, obviously Christopher Reeves, he defined Superman for me, but overall to show his weaknesses and everything like that, Smallville was a good show for that.
Yeah.
Here's a movie I actually been really wanting to see, which didn't get much talk about, which I should actually watch. I didn't know it was out already. My Friend Dahmer. It's based on that graphic novel about Jeffrey Dahmer, which is like in his high school days. And actually, I really wanted to see that.
Yeah,
So
I've seen the graphic novel.
I've read it. It's interesting. Fuck, like it's dark at some point, but it's also quite interesting. It's one of those things too where you sympathize with him because his parents were dicks, man. Anyway, so we haven't seen it, so we won't develop on that. Daddy's Home 2 I've been wanting to see. Yeah, where the hell's it on this list?
I think you might have.
Maybe it is.
I just saw it here. It is in
October, probably, right?
September.
Fuck, I missed it. Okay, let's talk about it for a second. I saw it fairly recently. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What can I say? Like, I don't want to talk too long about anything more because we already did 3 episodes here of movies we saw last year. What can I say? Okay, I know there were some changes, which is they're not too bad at all. I will definitely say that this fucker is a lot scarier than in the original, and there were a few moments that even had me like that, you know, and not like in a way like in a stupid grudgy kind of way. I compare like shitty horror movies with that jump scare shit.
Yeah.
But this was not too bad. This was good. It was dark, obviously.
They did a lot of character building.
Yes,
you
they
actually know who these people are and you care about them.
Yeah, exactly. And Pennywise is fun, man. Like, it's quite interesting. I'm very interested to see who they're going to get to play. I mean, spoiler alert if you don't know the story about it, but they haven't. There's more.
Yeah,
we're going to be.
It's a 1,300-page book.
Exactly. So these kids do grow up, and they have to deal with it again. Obviously, if you've
As
never seen the
adults.
miniseries as adults. So I'm very interested to see who the adult cast is going to be.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what they're going to fucking induce in our nightmares again. So, no, I'm going to have to say it's very, very cool. I'm interested to see what the other movies that they're going to be remaking of Stephen King.
Well, I
like
know
Pet Sematary.
He wants to do Pet Sematary. The guy who did
The same fucking guy.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's going to be scary.
Because he also did his very first movie was Mama.
Yeah, fuck that movie. Like, not in a bad way.
Yeah.
That movie looks fucking scary, man. Like, I've seen a few scenes from that, and now you freak me out that he's a real person?
Yeah.
That is fucked! Like, he's so fucking creepy. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah.
But you are the creepiest dude ever. Like, oh my god, I thought it was almost like just, like, it looked like it was like CGI or a cardboard cutout or something.
Yeah, it's
You
a
are-
motion capture.
Fucked up!
Yeah.
Is what it is. Anyway, God. That's messed up. Anyway.
And then
fuck.
he wants to do Pet Cemetery. This guy, it's like
I heard Christina's getting a remake too, but
Christina's.
do we really need a remake on Christine?
I mean, there
We
are
had a
better.
Carrie remake that wasn't the greatest I heard.
There are better Stephen King books to tell.
I'm gonna have to think for a minute about that. 'Cause a lot of them just because they've become classics, like the movies too. Like you don't want to fuck
Do
with them
they
too much.
dare touch The Shining?
I've heard they might do that, but if they might do the sequel. Like they might just skip that
Yeah.
and redo this, like do the sequel, Doctor Sleep. So yeah. Anyway, it was good.
Yeah.
I recommend it. It's scary as fuck, especially just a couple of the scenes and whatever, like when he's charging at her or whatever. So like that.
The one that made me kind of do like the Joker pencil trick. Holy fuck, that seemed like that.
Yeah.
Was where the fat kid goes into the basement and that headless body starts chasing him.
Yeah, that's fucked.
That headless body starts chasing. He's like, ah! And he keeps looking back, and all of a sudden it's Pennywise. And he's like, "Hey, fat boy!"
It's like, oh my god. Yeah, that's scary, man. Shape of Water, I have not seen.
Shape of Water is great.
Yeah, I hear it's pretty
It's
damn
fucking
good.
weird, but it's great.
You mean Ape Sapien the movie?
Yeah, Ape
Sam
Sapien
calls it?
origin story.
Yeah.
Actually,
Ape Sapien Origins.
Actually, it has nothing to do.
I
with
know,
it.
but it just looks like that in the
And
preview,
the
right?
funny thing is, it's Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Similar sort of aquatic creature makeup,
Exactly.
and it's the same fucking guy.
Yeah, well, that too. So that's why Sam's like Ape Sapien 2.
It's
or
the
Ape
same
Sapien
fucking
Origins.
actor, Doug Jones.
Yeah, no,
Another guy in Discovery.
Yes, that's right. I forgot he's a Discovery too.
He is the new makeup king guy.
Yeah, man. He's the king of makeup, like
Andy
Andy Serkis is to CG motion capture. Jumanji. I did just actually see Jumanji. I just want to make sure this is yes. Welcome to the Jungle. I actually just recently watched it. It's not as good as the original. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, no, and I haven't.
Okay, it's not as good as the original. It'll never touch the original, but it's good if you're a video game fan.
Yep.
It kind of brings this whole genre because I know my mom didn't like it because she's not a video game fan, right?
Yeah.
You have to appreciate video games, and the humor of it is a little wacky and stuff like that. And for some reason, the villain has control of Jumanji in the way like he has bugs coming out of his head and shit. It's really weird. Like you know the cop dad from Ant-Man?
Yeah.
He plays the bad guy, and the bad guy has the same name as he's Van Pelt.
Yeah.
Right? Which I thought this is the chance to bring back that other guy, the original guy. They could have brought him back for the sequel, but whatever. Anyway, but what they did was they talked about Alan for like a couple minutes. Like the one guy that's there, he's like, "This is his home. Al, this used to be Alan's home," and then they show it's Alan's home. Alan lives here, so that's how they do their little homage. But basically, like I thought, what it is the board game is. The guy's like, "Oh, board games are stupid," and he puts it away, right? And then the board game magically turns into a video game cartridge, and that's how that happens. So the game takes many forms, right? So the original Jumanji that we know might have not looked like that, is what they're getting at. Anyway, overall, funny action movie. I can't
How's
say
the cast?
The cast was great, actually. Actually, they did a fantastic job. Like I say, it's an okay sequel. It will never touch the original, but it is an okay sequel. Like, Kevin Hart is funny in the way, like, he goes, like, one of his everybody has a weakness in the game. And his weakness is cake. So he's like, cake? The hell's that mean? And then later on, he's eating this, it's like, it's cake. He's like, oh my god, guys, it's cake. Nothing happened. It's fine. I'm fine now. And he explodes. It's just, like, what was that? And he's like, all right. And they all get 3 lives or whatever. It's like, okay, that's what happens. Or like Jack Black with his little girl. Like it was like teenage Instagram sensation girl. It was like, oh my god, I like totally can't even with this place. Like he shines, right? And then Karen Gillian as the awkward teen or whatever.
Yeah.
She was very good too. Like she's trying to flirt at some point in the movie, and it's just really stupid. Hey boys, like it's just like, oh my god. And yeah, it's really funny. Like I said, you have to like video games to understand the humor in it. Otherwise, I think it's gonna fall short for you that way.
Okay.
So that's all I would say. It's definitely more of a modern sequel for people who don't really video game that much. You probably wouldn't get it. So.
Yeah.
What else can we touch on? Because we're finally in the end of December here. Finally, we made it there. What are we doing for time?
I think we've long since gone past the ticker.
Okay.
Oh yeah, long since.
Okay, how long?
Like fucking 12 minutes
Oh
past.
god. Okay, let's try to wrap this up. So, I guess the last movie we'll talk about, because the rest of them are kind of like we haven't really seen or whatever, we'll talk about Star Wars. Let's talk about Star Wars.
Okay.
So we all saw Star Wars. What would you say about it? Because it's gotten a lot of
I think it's
interesting
gotten a lot of
reactions.
It's gotten a lot of negatives, a lot of support. It's very polarizing.
yeah.
It's definitely pushed people into 2 very distinct camps.
Oh, definitely. It's like you love it or you hate it or whatever.
I'll still say it's better than the prequels.
Yeah,
I'll say it's better than the prequels.
definitely better than. I didn't enjoy 2 as much as I wanted to. I actually enjoyed 1 a lot more than I should. But anyway.
But I look at it and I'm like, I think this will be the sequel that people, the sequel trilogy will be the one that people complain the most about because JJ did too much similar to the originals.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Johnson went too far away from it.
Right.
And I don't know what they're gonna do with the third one.
Yeah, I think that's got me more interested than anything. Like, what's gonna happen here?
The one redeeming thing about this, I think, and I know he's kind of a whiny character, but he has become, I think, in a way, a better villain than Darth Vader almost. I know that's sacrilege, but
Yeah.
Kylo Ren has become a really intriguing
He's
villain.
interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway. Like, personally, I don't know if I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing an actual Darth Vader movie, like a little more touching on like what happened between 3 and 4, or maybe even like cut in between 3 and 6, like scenes we don't see or whatever.
Yeah.
But because he's a character you can do at any age, as long as James Earl Jones is still alive.
Yeah.
So
And there's some decent voice actors who
Yeah.
like the cartoons, can do
Yeah.
pretty good.
yeah.
Like in, I know he did some stuff with Rebels, but they also had other actors
Right.
playing Vader in Rebels too.
Right.
Like Vader's a character. Also, I don't know.
Could you cover him in a whole movie? That's or
Yeah.
would it get boring?
I think it get bored. I think he's a character that better bounces off of when someone else is the main character.
Yeah.
Luke is sort of that just vanilla enough. I think that was another problem with the movie.
Mhm.
Is Luke is just vanilla enough a character that you can put him in the middle and put all these interesting characters around him.
Yes, yeah, like could he carry a whole movie?
Yeah, like when you try to amp him up as this legend at the end, it kind of he didn't feel as great as Yoda.
And that's the thing that a lot of people were complaining about. He's not as great as Yoda, but here's the thing though. Luke's been a whiny bitch since the first fucking movie he was in, right?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't he be a whiny bitchy old man
Yeah.
in the new one? So you gotta say that. Like,
Yeah.
do you expect him to be some kind of god? Like he was a bit of a badass in like Return for like a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then after that it was like
He
you
was
know?
never this great, amazing character.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely tried to do some new things. I'll say it tried to
Yeah.
do some new things. Some worked, some didn't.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to wait and see what they do with 3 and see how it fits as a whole picture.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
With 9, see what they do.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Because right now, I didn't hate it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as even The Force Awakens.
Yes, exactly.
I didn't enjoy it as much as 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it more than 6 though.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Eventually I'm going to have to go through. I still say, and this might be sacrilege for a lot of people,
Yeah.
I still say that.
Not sacrilege. That's I believe
It's good. Like, if you haven't watched Rogue One, you can watch it by itself, really.
Yeah.
But obviously that nostalgia there, like the very end. When
Yeah, the Vader scene at the end.
the fucking Vader scene. And not only that, just to take the smallest fucking detail from a movie.
Yeah,
Let's
like
take
a
movie about
sentence,
that. Yeah.
a fucking sentence
Yes.
in the crawl of the first movie,
Yeah.
and
God.
to expand that into a whole movie.
That's just genius. No, it was totally awesome. Totally worth it.
Gareth Edwards, the guy who did it, I think he had said that that was a story he wanted to know. Like, some rebels stole the Death Star plans. How did that happen?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I love at the very end how they got him, like, just got them there. Like, 1 second delay and they would have been fucked, so. But anyway, that's our best of 2017. It only took us 3 episodes, 3.5, basically. So, yeah. Very interesting movie for 2017, movies for 2017, and a lot of interesting ones for 2018.
Yeah, we'll see how 2018 goes.
Yeah, so. Until next time, I'm Big Mike.
I'm Justin Ferguson.
And we're full of popcorn. And so going into 2018, let's see how all the Avengers do against Big Purple Ivan Ooze.
Yeah. I want them in Deadpool to make a
Yes.
fact that fucking now they're all tied together, and Josh Brolin is playing both Cable and Thanos.
Exactly.